After flying coach on a packed trip to Austin, I knew something had to change. So for our cross-country flight to California, I upgraded to American Airlines Main Cabin Extra. Let's talk about whether that upgrade was actually worth the price. Welcome back to our Getting There series, where we take you inside the journey itself. From trains to planes and automobiles, we cover the travel experience from start to finish. This time, we're comparing two very different flights on American Airlines: regular coach to Austin and Main Cabin Extra to California for our Disneyland trip. We were flying from New York to Austin in standard economy seats. Nothing fancy. But from the moment we boarded, it was clear this wasn't going to be the most comfortable experience. Before the flight, I actually signed up for the American Airlines Rewards program just to move up a boarding group. That's how important overhead bin space is to me. I travel with carry-ons only whenever possible, even for longer trips. I only check a bag if I absolutely have to. Why? Because I don't want to deal with the delayed or lost luggage possibility. But when you're boarding late, overhead space can disappear fast. This was a connecting flight through Charlotte on an A321. The next leg of the flight from Charlotte to Austin was on a 737. The legroom felt even tighter on the 737, and by the end of the flight, I knew I couldn't do a long haul in this setup. Now here's something else that really stood out. On the A321 and Main Cabin Extra, the seatbacks had entertainment screens, and they were great for passing the time, especially with a kid on board. But the A321 we flew to Charlotte and the 737 to Austin did not. There were no seatback screens at all. Just a tiny tray for your phone or tablet and a QR code to stream content on your own device. The difference may sound small until you're stuck in a cramped seat trying to prop up a phone during turbulence. Our Main Cabin Extra flight to California, back on an A321 with those seatback screens included. Something to keep in mind when choosing your flights. So, when we booked our flight to California, I upgraded to Main Cabin Extra, and I was curious, would it really be that different? I wasn't expecting luxury, just a better boarding group, extra legroom, and ideally a better experience for our family. This was a longer flight, and I didn't want to spend 5+ hours squeezed in again. Right away, it felt different. We boarded with Group 5, which is earlier than regular coach, and had no problem finding space for our carry-ons. The legroom, definitely noticeable. I could stretch out, and our little guy had plenty of room to lounge in. It's still economy, same food, same basic service, but the seat location, the extra space, and the early boarding all added up to a much more relaxed and enjoyable flight. So here's how they stack up side by side. For legroom, Main Cabin Extra is the clear winner. Boarding group, Group 5 versus much later than in coach. Overhead space, no contest. Early boarding really matters. Seat location, Main Cabin Extra, closer to the front, easier to exit. Family comfort, more room to move, stretch, and settle in. Let's talk about the difference in cost. It was $225.53 for the two of us to fly to Austin in economy. It cost $242.68 extra, or in addition to our airfare, to upgrade the three of us to Main Cabin Extra on our flight to California. The cost difference was significant considering the longer flight to California had a more expensive base fare at $428.10 per person. It's also worth noting that the cost will vary based upon which seat you choose. Here you see the cost for a middle, window, and aisle seat. For us, especially on a longer flight, the upgrade was 100% worth it. Now, if you're flying 2 hours or less, regular coach might be totally fine, especially if you're flying solo and traveling light. But if you're flying across country, traveling with kids, or need guaranteed overhead space, I'd budget the main cabin extra every time. If you're thinking about upgrading to main cabin extra, here are a few tips based on our experience. You don't need the elite status to book these seats. You can just pay for the upgrade when you're selecting your seat. The earlier you book, the better the pricing and seat selection. Prices can rise closer to departure date. If seatback entertainment matters to you or your kids, try to choose flights on an aircraft like the A321. You'll get a more enjoyable in-flight experience. Main cabin extra isn't a luxury upgrade, but the added comfort and convenience made a big difference for our family. So, is main cabin extra worth it on American Airlines? For our family and for longer flights, absolutely yes. If you're planning a trip soon, I hope this helps you figure out where to save and where to splurge. And don't forget to check out the rest of our Getting There adventures, including our auto train ride from Florida to Lorton, other Amtrak experiences, airport walkthroughs, and more. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when the next adventure begins. And no matter where your next adventures take you, we hope that you enjoy the journey. Bye now.